Good news to Tanzanian students in both ordinary and advanced levels. Vitabu Online, located at Kinondoni Studio, Mwanamboka Plaza,
invites every student in Tanzania to watch the video series from the books recommended by Tanzania Institute of Education. These videos brings both audio and visual impacts for knowledge retention once you sit for national examination. Get the best of African prominent writers in video series. We see, we remember, we hear, we forget. Enjoy the drama dramatized by the Form 4 students from Brothers Academy in 2015.
Hey you, sit properly.
Wow, she is very beautiful.
Ah, so beautiful.
Look at her.
Stop, Mamari. No, I have told you not to carry a lot on your head.
Lakule complains this because he does not want Sidi to get suffered. And he argues that if Sidi carries pearls on her head, her neck can be shortened or she might have no neck at all.
Well, it is my neck, not your spider.
And look at that. Look at that. How often must I tell you that a growing up girl must cover up her shoulders?
Are you at that again? Why? I have done the fold so high and so tight. I can hardly breathe. This is too much. Is it you, Lakule, telling me that I make myself common talk? When the whole world knows madman of Ulingiri who calls himself a teacher.
A natural feeling is arising out of envy. For as a woman, you have a smaller brain than mine.
Give me the pot now.
Please, don't be angry with me. It is my book. Here. The woman has smaller brain than men. That's why they are called the weaker sexy.
The weaker sex? Is it? Is it the weaker breed who pounds the yam? Or bends all the day to plant the millet with a child strapped at her back?
But don't you worry. Within a year or two, you'll have a machine which will pounce your yams, which will grind your pepper without it getting in your eyes.
You really mean to turn the whole world upside down?
Oh, the world. Maybe later. Charity, they say, begins at home. For now, in this village I shall turn. A prophet has honor except his home. Wise man have been called mad before me and after. Many more shall be so abused.
We go there. Go to these places where you know women will not understand you. Well, I'm going. Shall I take the pot or not?
No. Till you swear to marry me, my love, will open your mind just like the chest leaf in the morning The first sun touches it.
If you start, I'll run away. I had enough of that nonsense yesterday.
Nonsense? Nonsense? Does anybody listen? Can the stones bear to listen?
Lakunle is then shown to ask Sidi to be his wife, rather than staying with the villagers who know no better but bush mines. And Sidi responds by saying,
I shall marry you today, next week, or any day you name, but my bride price must first be paid.
Sidi complains that Lakunle wants to make her a laughingstock by being married without the bride price. This can make people to think that she is not virgin, and Lakunle wants her not to hold on barbarity and outdated customs. But Sidi keeps insisting on her bride price. This makes Lakunle to say,
Ignorant woman, can you not understand? To pay a price, it will be to buy a heifer of the stall. I want to walk beside you in the street, side by side, arm in arm, just like the Lagos couples I have seen. High heel shoes for the lady, red paint on her lips, and her hair stretched like a magazine photo. I'll teach you, and we will spend a night club in Ibadan. Be a modern wife. Look at me in the eyes, and give me a little kiss like this.
No, I don't. I tell you I dislike. Every time your actions deceive me. Then comes this licking of my lips. With yours, it is so unclean.
Bush girl you are. Bush girl you'll always be. Uncivilized and primitive bush girl. I kissed you as all educated men, and the Christians kisses their wives.
Away with you. The village says you're mad, and I begin to understand. I wonder that they let you run the school. You and your talk will ruin the pupils too.
Here comes the village girls.
Sidi, he has returned. He came back just as he said he would.
Who has?
The stranger, the man from outside world.
The one who rode the devil's stone horse?
Yes, the same, the stranger with one-eyed box.
And he brought his news light in the village square.
Swear. Is that the truth? Swear. Ask Ogun to strike you dead.
Ogun struck me dead if I lie.
If that is true, then I'm esteemed than Baroka, the lion of Wilujinle. This means that I'm greater than the fox underground, the living god among men.
And the devil among women.
Be silent.
The girls inform Sidi about the image the stranger has brought. They also praise Sidi that her beauty covers the page from her top to the stomach. The first girls condemns that Baroka is jealous, but he pretends to be proud of Sidi. When the photographer tells the chief about Sidi's fame in the capital, he pretends to be pleased, saying how much honor and fame she has brought to the village of Ilujinle. Sidi asks if Baroka's image is in the book at all, but the second girl says that it would be much better for Baroka if the stranger omitted him, because his image is in the little corner, and even in that corner he shares with one of the village latrines. They all force Lakunle to join them, but he rejects by saying it is the games of idiots. He has works of more importance. They finally sit him forcibly and sing a song. They sing faster and faster until Lakunle gets enough of it, and he lastly agrees to do it.
Let's dance.
everything comes to an end when Baroka, who is tougher than his 62 years, emerges. All go down to greet him.
A good morning to you, sir.
Will good morning wet my throat? Well, our man of knowledge, I hope today you have no quarry for an old man. Well, the play was so much alive until I came, and now everything stops and you want to leave us.
One hardly thinks the ballet will not have the time for childish nonsense.
Aha, Mr. Lakunle, without these things you call nonsense, a bear's life will be pretty dull. Well, that you say I'm welcome shall we resume the play.
What for? What have I done?
You tried to steal our village maidenhead. Have you forgotten? If he has, save him a slap to wake up his brain.
Ah!
Yes. Yes. It is 5 full months before I took a wife. 5 full months.
It is a road by the market. We see Sidi, who is very happy with pictures of herself in the magazine. Lakule follows her, carrying a bundle of firewood.
The lion sent me. He wishes you well.
Thank him for me.
Then in few words as it takes to tell, Baroka wants you for a wife.
What the great dog? Is he at his trick again?
Be quiet. You get so tiresome. The message is for me, not for you.
My Ruth, my Rachel, Esther, Bathsheba, thou, son of Phoebe, perfection, from Genesis to Revelation, listen not to this voice of infidel.
Sidi snatches her hands and warns Lakule. She then turns to Sadiku while laughing.
Sadiku of the honey tongue. Sadiku, head of the lion's wives. You'll get no prey of Sidi. Not this Sidi whose famous prey to Lagos.
Baroka swears to take no another wife after you. Do you know what's to be the Bell's last wife? When he dies, you will have the honor of being the senior wife of the Bell.
You waste your breath. Why did Baroka not request my hand before the stranger brought his books of images?
But Sidi, are you well? Such nonsense never passed your lips before. Do you not sound strange even your own hearing? You have driven poor mad at last. Such rubbish. I'll beat your head.
Keep away from me, an old hag.
Sidi praises herself by comparing her beauty to Baroka's age. She talks of her breasts and skin, and finally argues that she is young while Baroka is spent. Sadiku says, if Sidi would be Baroka's wife, she would at least come to his honor of eating the supper prepared in a small feast. But Sidi rejects by saying that she knows the tales of Baroka, that every woman who eats supper with him ends to be his wife. She also says that she cannot eat supper with a married man. Baroka is then shown in bed with his favorite, Koldi Ailatu, whose work is to pull Baroka's armpit hair and does the massaging.
Do I improve, my lord?
You are still somewhat over gentle with the pull, as if fear to hurt the path of the trees. Be sharp and sweet.
I will learn, my lord.
You have no time, my dear. Tonight I hope to take another wife. The hand of this task you know belongs by the latest of my choice. Ah! Now that was sharp. It was angry pull. You tried to hurt. Your anger flows into my bloodstream. How sweet it is. It is still sweeter.
Sadiku tells the chief about Sidi's rejection. She tells him about Sidi's complaint toward his age.
The time has come when I can fool myself no more. I am no man, Sadiku. My manhood ended near a week ago.
The gods forbid.
I wanted Sid because I hope a foolish thought. I know with a virgin girl, my failing strength will rise and save my pride.
Wait, Sadiq, I cannot understand.
You will, my girl, you will.
Sadiku, are you well?
Ask no questions. Join my victory dance. This is the world of women. At this moment, our star sits in the center of the sky. What's more, we are about to perform a ritual.
What the heck gibbering?
You less than a man. You less than the latest woman. I say be gone.
I will have. You know that I am a man, as you'll find out if you dare to lend a hand on me.
You a man? Is Baroka not more a man than you? And if he's no longer a man, then what are you?
Sid, no.
Baroka is now seen in wrestling with another man. Their arms clasped each other's waists. Neither Sadiku nor Ailatu is shown to be here. Sidi speaks many things with Baroka, and finally, Baroka decides to express his needs.
One generation between yours and mine. Our thoughts fly crisply through the air and meet purified as ones.
I can no longer see the meaning, Baroka. Now that you speak almost like a school teacher, except your words fly on a different path.
Is it a bad thing to sound like your school teacher?
No, Belle, but the words are like beetles, boring at my ears and my head. As the school teacher told me often, I have a simple mind.
No, CD. Not simple. Only straight and trustful like fresh water reed. The proof of wisdom must be seen even from children. The old must fall into a new CD. A girl like you must inherit the miracles that only the age reveals. Is that not so?
Everything you say, Belle, seems wise.
Those who know little of Baroka think his life on pleasure living cause. My child, the man is Swiss. Only the air on his back which still deceives the world.
Aha! Is it true that you are going to convert the whole village, so that no one will ever pay the bride price again?
With your ear or two, I swear. This village shall see transformation. Bride price will be a thing that's forgotten. No man shall take more wives than one. That's why they are impotent very soon. The rulers shall ride cars and not horses. We will print a newspaper every day with the pictures of the seductive girl. This is my plan, you withered face. I shall start by teaching you. From now, you shall attend at my school. For though you are nearly 70, your mind is very simple and unformed. Have you no shame? At your age, you neither read, nor write, nor think. You spend your days as your senior wife collecting brides for Baroka. You have sucked him dry. You send my CD to his shame. He has killed her. You know him, and I warned you.
Why, child? What's the matter?
Go away from me. Don't touch me.
Oh, CD, let me kiss your tears.
Don't touch me.
He must have beaten her. Did I not warn you both? Baroka is the creature of the wild she thought he is. I shall kill him for this in prison. With hard labor, I'll teach him to beat a defenseless woman.
Fool. You little fools. It was a lie. The frog, he lied to you, Sadiku.
Sango forbids.
He told me afterwards, growing. It was a trick. He knew Sadiku would not keep it for herself. That I may be other maids would hear of it.
But CD, did he? I mean, did you escape? Tell me. This is the West. Tell me the West. I'll take it like a man, CD. I cannot bear the thought. The walls refuse to fall. Speak, CD. Do not unman me, CD. Speak before I burst into tears.
CD, are you made or not?
The Lord forbids.
Too late.
Oh heaven, strike me dead, earth open, and swallow Lankule, for no longer he has wished to live. Let the lightning fall and strike me to dust and ashes. Dear CD, we shall forget the past. This great misfortune touches not the treasure of my love, but you'll agree it is only fair we forget bride price totally, since you are no longer can be called a maid. Well, take an oath between us.
She's packing her things. She's gathering her clothes.
Heaven, help us. I am not impatient. Surely she can wait a day or two at least. There is asking can be done. And then I have to hire a praise singer.
A present from CD. I tried to tear it up, but my fingers were too frail. You may come too if you wish. You are invited.
I should hope so indeed, since I am to marry you.
Marry who? You thought... Did you think you and I... Why did you think after him? I could enjoy the touch of another man. I who have thought the strength, the perpetual youthful zest of the panther of the tree.
I shall not let you. I shall protect you from yourself.
Out of my way, book-nourished shrimp. Did you see what strength he has given me? That was no bad for a man of 60. But you at 60? You'll be 10 years dead. In fact, you'll never survive your honeymoon. Come to my wedding if you will. If you won't,
CD seeks for blessings from Sadiku, and she gets blessed soon. She then tells the mass, mamas, and drummers to go. Lakule decides to disappear in the clouds.
Hey, I would like to express my gratitude for having your attention with this Vitabu online learning program. I'm Shirei Faida Kasim Shirei. You're welcome. Today's analysis focuses on the play titled The Lion and the Jar, written by Wole Soyinka. This play was written in 1963 and it was published by Oxford University Press. And this analysis bases on form and content. And I would like to start with the first element, which is form. Now, what is the form? Do you have an idea? Well, form means the superstructure for literary work, how a literary work is made. An artist can apply a beauty to make his literary work better. That is form. And it has several elements like title, setting, plot, characterization, and language use. Let me start with title. A title is a name given to a literary work. It might be direct title or indirect title. Indirect title is alternatively called symbolic or ironic title. And we have to ask ourselves, what about The Lion and the Jar? Is this literary title or is this direct title or indirect title? You have an idea again? Well, it is an indirect title. Why? Because it says about animals. The lion. One could probably think of animals, but no animals. The lion stands for power, where there is a chief called Baroka who uses his power over the villagers of Ilujile. And the word jewelry, one could think of precious stones like diamond and gold, but we don't have those precious stones here. It's all about the beauty. There is a character who is very beautiful and virgin called Sidi. So Sidi is the referred jewel and Baroka is the referred lion. Now, the second element is plot. And plot is how the events of literary works are arranged. Those events can be arranged chronologically or non-chronologically. Chronologically is also called straightforward plot, where events are not mixed. Now let's come back to this plot of The Lion and the Jar. Is this chronological or non-chronological plot? It is basically a chronological plot. Why? We have the events which starts from morning to noon and then night. So they have been arranged chronologically. The third element is setting. Setting means a place where and when a literary work was written. So it means the place and the year. This play was written in 1963 and it was written somewhere in Nigeria. It is a real setting because there are names mentioned which still exist to the world. Example, Lagos and Ibadan. So when it comes to the issue of generalizing the setting, we can say this is the real setting and not an imaginary setting. It's all about language use. And this is very important because most of the students fail when it comes to the questions related to language use. Now, there are important things that you have to consider before approaching a question related to language use. Think of the diction, think of the figures of speech, think of complexity and simplicity of language, and also you can think of all literary devices like sayings. Now, let me start with the first element of language use, which is auto-literal devices. Here we have to ask ourselves whether the playwright has employed different sayings. Of course, there are sayings in this play, just like one of them is, "Old wine thrives best within a new bottle," said by Baroka. And another saying is employed by Lakunle when he says, "Charity begins at home." So Wole Soyinka, in his work, The Lion and the Juror, has made the use of sayings. Another one is diction. What is diction? Basically, diction means the choice of words. In this play, the words have been used in different languages. There are English words and vernacular words. Vernacular words are organ and sango, which means a semi-god. So Wole Soyinka has made the use of vernacular words. Another important part in language use is figures of speech. There are several figures of speech that have been employed. The first one is simile, whereby two entities or persons are compared by using conjunctive words. Example of those conjunctive words are like, as, such, resemble, seems. So whenever you see the comparison involves one of the mentioned words, it means that is simile. Now, there is a simile spoken by Lakunle when he tells Sidi, "As stubborn as an illiterate goat." Sidi's mind is compared to as an illiterate goat. That is the simile. Another one is personification, whereby non-human creatures or non-human things are given human abilities. In this play, Lakunle says, "My love will open your mind." In actual sense, love cannot open something. So the ability that is given to love to open something, that is personification. The other one is symbolism, whereby entities refers to something else. There are words that have been used symbolically. The lion, that symbolizes power, and the jewel, which symbolizes beauty, because there is a virgin girl and beautiful girl in the village of Ilujinle. The last one, but not least, is hyperbole. Hyperbole means to say something more serious than it actually is. For example, Sidi tells Lakunle that the whole world knows of madman of Ilujile who calls himself a teacher. So that was a little bit of exaggerations, which is referred to as hyperbole. Now the last part is complexity and simplicity of language. What do you think about this? Is language simple or complex? Please go and find the text, read it by your own, spare some time, and tell us, what do you think? Do you understand it well, or you fail? You come across with a lot of difficulties. Then you can say whether language is simple or complex. Thank you very much for being together with me. Now let's catch one another in the second element, which is content. You're welcome. The word content in literature means what is comprised in a literary work. It has other divisions. It has other small divisions like theme, message, and relevance. Now, the question comes again, what is a theme? What do you understand when somebody says the term theme? The dominant idea an artist has to the audience. And in this play, there are several themes that one can come up after reading a literary work. For example, the first one is protest, whereby Sidi is seen to go against Lakunle over the act of paying the bride price. The other one is betrayal. Lakunle, who is the school teacher, betrays his culture. He even insults the traditional ways of dancing. So that is betrayal. The other one is cultural interference. We see here two cultures meet and come into collide. Western culture presented by Lakunle and African culture presented by Sidi, Baroka, and Sadiku. Now, Lakunle wants to introduce Western styles of dancing, kissing. He wants the girls to have their lips red, so you can see they all come in conflict. And then the other theme is irresponsibility. The teacher abandons the class and go to Sidi. You see, he abandons the class and follows Sidi, who is the virgin girl. So it means instead of teaching, he follows a girl somewhere else. So this is to be irresponsible with what he supposes to do. The other theme is ignorance. Sadiku is said to be at the age of 70 but she doesn't know how to read and write. So you can just imagine how ignorance is there. The other one is love. Love is expressed by Sidi and Lakunle. They all sing in strong feelings, so that is love. Another important two terms that I want you to understand in this play is the issue of position of a woman in a society and conflict. Position of a woman, which means how a woman is portrayed, how a woman is shown. So a woman can be shown in different ways by an artist. What about the playwright, who is Wole Soyinka? How is he shown women in the society? Women have been shown in different ways. First of all, a woman has been portrayed as the person who is very ignorant. It means she doesn't know how to read and write at the age of 70. So a woman is not educated. Secondly, a woman is very arrogant. Sidi speaks boastful to Lakunle because of her beauty. She looks at her breast, her color, skin, whatever. So it means a woman is very arrogant and talking boastful to others. The other one is that a woman is portrayed as an instrument of pleasure. It means Baroka uses Ailatu as an instrument of pleasure, as Ailatu is seen to pluck the armpit hair of the chief, something that can be done by the chief himself. So a woman is portrayed in different ways. The last one, but not least, is about a woman being so powerless. It means she is not capable of speaking before a man. A man has the final say. Like in this play, Sadiku is ordered to go and collect brides for Chief Baroka without saying anything. She can protest because Baroka is very powerful. So it means a woman is speechless and powerless, as shown by Sadiku. Okay, now let us learn about conflict. Conflict means misunderstanding between two characters. And here, there are misunderstandings between Sidi and Lakunle because of the payment of bride price. Another conflict is shown to Sadiku and Lakunle, as Lakunle forces Sidi not to marry Baroka. Remember, Sadiku is there in order to collect Sidi for her husband Baroka. When the two met, they came into misunderstanding. The last one is Baroka and Lakunle are seen to be in conflict because of fighting for Sidi. They all want Sidi's love. That is why conflict comes into being. Another part that I want you to understand this time is about message. Now you should ask yourself, what is message? The term message in literature means what is learned. What do you learn after learning? What do you learn after reading a literary work? And in this play, we have several messages that one can learn after reading it. For example, we can say that cultural interference is bad because it arouses conflict among people. There are people who like Western styles which are not applicable in African lifestyles, so it means conflict must happen. Therefore, we should avoid cultural interference. The other one is education, the importance of education. Education is very important to women because if women are not educated, it means they are powerless, they are speechless, and they can be used negatively by men, like what is shown by Baroka to the women of Ilujinle. And the last one is love can sometimes be bad, especially when people do not have something in common. In this play, Baroka and Lakunle are not in the same track because of love. They are all fight for Sidi. So sometimes love can be the source of conflicts, can cause disunity, and therefore we should be very careful when it comes to love. After knowing what the term message means, now let us conclude by the last part, which is relevance. You know, literature does not develop into vacuums. It always centers around to what is in the society. So when it comes to relevance, we mean what is encountered in our contemporary society after reading a literary work. Now we can ask ourselves, is Wole Soyinka's work relevant to our contemporary society? Well, think of things like love. Actually, love is still here. Even today, people fight because of love. So what was written and what is happening today do match. That is what it means by the term relevance. Another one, you can think of betrayal, you can think of misunderstandings due to cultural differences. Everything that was shown by Wole Soyinka happens today. So relevance is still there. Thank you very much. This is Vitabu Online Learning Programs, and I will kindly welcome you to another learning episodes. Bye-bye.